Welcome to Financial Friday for expats and wannabes. Today is Friday, but actually it's Thursday. I always start these things the day before because there is a little bit of research that needs to go into it. Fairly good size move this morning with the US dollar. How did that compare to the 25-year high? And then we're going to slide into Friday today and see how did that non-farm payroll, what did it do to the market? And will it break through that 25-year high? Let's have a look. Hey everyone, if you're liking the content, please like, subscribe, and comment. And let me make a quick little footnote here that the reason I do this on Fridays is that the Philippines relative to North America does two updates in its currencies. So it'll give you a morning rate at your exchange outlet, and it'll give you an afternoon rate for your outlet. And that's because they go to sleep and they're waking up roughly 12 hours opposite. So in one day you can get two different rate changes. So I do it on Fridays on purpose so that once the market is closed, it's closed, and that rate should be fixed for the next 36 hours roughly, depending on where you are in the world. So let's dive into this US dollar where people are speculating that we're going to see a 60-to-1 ratio for US dollar to Philippine peso. Maybe. But if you're trading in Forex, now is the time to be cautious. What you're looking for, mostly because it's banging so hard on this 25-year high for at least the last month, is that what most of us as traders would be looking for, if this was a major pair, is we'd be looking for it to go down. We'd be looking for all the signs of retraction. Most traders don't like to see new highs upon highs. It's not cool. Anyway, so let's dive into back in 2004 when it was making these new highs. 57.72 was the high upon high, as I show here. But each candle, they call these candles, each candle represents a month. So you can see that this is the previous month, now the month that we're going to talk about, and then the next month. But let's dive tighter into this April of 2024. As you can see by the numbers there, it opened in the mid-range and had a low a peso down and a high a peso up. But that ultimate high was 57.72. And I spliced in the current, and you can see that it's kind of threatening that 57.72. It's roughly a full peso down from it. But non-farm payroll is next. And for a non-farm payroll, that was a total non-event. Even for this late in the summer, you would have expected a little bit bigger movement. But let's check out the Euro US and the US Great British Pound. Yeah, and even those two currencies, really nothing to scream home about. So this non-farm payroll, even though it's been favoring the US dollar, on the scope of things relative to the last 3 weeks or so, it's a non-event. It's not always that the non-farm payroll benefits the US, but right now, summer, it's just gathering up time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in September. And if we look at the Euro Philippine peso, same thing. This new administration is really quite unknown. And so until they start laying out some policy that's based on the new administration, can't really see too much happening. I know they've done some changes to the immigration rules, but there's been really no big policy items being outlined lately, right? It's still pretty fresh for the government, but would have expected a little bit more by now. Okay, anyway, that's a wrap. A really short one today. Later, Gators.